Let's take another practice-free test on the Duolingo English tests platform today. I have no idea. I have no idea too about this word, but another difficult word. Maybe. Mm.
Where did you splash them? Where did you splash them?
it's crucial to stay up to date with the latest developments in the field.
The audience gave him an ovation for 10 minutes. The audience gave him an ovation for 10 minutes. The audience gave him an ovation for 10 minutes.
Mhm. Lately, political battles over the federal budget mean that money that usually goes to researchers may be tied up in out, whatever. I don't know. In out, I have no idea. Okay. Additionally, industrialization fosters technological advancements and innovation, further reinforcing the interconnectedness of our global community.
The friends shared similar tastes in music. The friends shared similar tastes in music.
Shared.
The friends shared similar tastes in music.
Okay. Over time, the two pilots started working together as partners instead of competitors.
Engines add a great deal of weight to the vehicles they power.
Uh,
Engines add a great deal of weight to the vehicles they power. Engines add a great deal of weight to the vehicles they power.
Add or have? It's not clear. But if you are looking for a job in the private sector, that might not be necessary.
I'd be willing to pay. I'd be willing to pay.
I be willing to pay.
I'd be willing to pay.
I be willing to pay. As makers. As makers of precision machine. And as pioneers in technology. While our focus is still on manufacturing machine tools, our product line has expanded to include a wider range of high-performance equipment and services for a variety of um, applications in recent years. Since then, we will become renovate. We will become as makers of precision machine.
You are a school teacher, aren't you? You are a school teacher, aren't you? You are a school teacher, aren't you?
You are a school teacher, aren't you? Or maybe you, oh, maybe we should use contraction here, but seems like not. Among the numerous benefits, bicycles are incredibly cost-effective and economically advantageous both for individuals and city infrastructure.
I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble. I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble. I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble.
To. Okay. Modern methods of construction offer benefits such as increased strength and durability.
The company prioritized the use of recycled materials during the manufacturing process. The company prioritized the use of recycled materials during the manufacturing process.
What is bad about this is that you have to be in a hurry all the time. You have lack of time to complete the task, complete your task, especially while speaking or writing. You have to be fast here. Okay. That's because the app, which is or whatever. Why I'm not sure what should be here. Anyway,
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs. I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
oh, actually, green lawns, I guess.
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
Okay. Dr. Diakite, highly respected medical doctor and researcher tiredly adjusted her glasses as she trudged through the dense forest of a tropical island with her assistant Mohammed. They had been walking for hours, and she was beginning to question whether this ambitious contest was worth the trouble. She had embarked on this field expedition based on local legends that spoke of a miraculous flower with healing properties. However, she and Mohammed had seen had been searching for weeks and still found nothing. She was ready to give up for give up for give up for what? For good. Suddenly, Dr. Dykett caught sight of brightly colored flower petals that were delicately sprawled across their forest floor. Okay. She marveled at the dazzling beauty of the remarkable flower that lay before her. Who is Dr. Diakit? A highly respected medical doctor and researcher. Right? What did she see? Actually, they discovered not an insect, but some flower. Yes, that's it. Let's start with listening.
Trying to get a dual degree is a lot of work, but I really enjoy it. I can't recommend it enough. My first year was really challenging. I think I was taking 6 classes each term. There's a lot of reading and studying required. It's definitely hard at first, but I love it and I think you would too. Plus, you get to learn about 2 really interesting subjects and they would complement each other well.
This part is quite difficult for me. It's important don't lose your focus while I listen in this audio only once. Have to remember it. Oops. Write a summary. I failed this section. Write a summary.
You are an urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. You are trying to decide if you should apply for a job or if you should apply for a doctoral program. You ask your professor for their opinion. You are an urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. You are trying to decide if you should apply for a job or if you should apply for a doctoral program. You ask your professor for their opinion.
I'm just interested how many times I can listen this audio. That's interesting. Because it's still available to listen to it for the third time.
You are an urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. You are trying to decide if you should apply for a job or if you should apply for a doctoral program. You ask your professor for their opinion. You are an urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. You are trying to decide if you should apply for a job or if you should apply for a doctoral program. You ask your professor for their opinion.
Oh, perfect. Oh. Oh, no.
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. What can I do for you?
Yeah, that's it. Boy.
That's a tough decision. Have you been looking at jobs in the field that you're interested in? That's true. A doctoral program would give you the opportunity to gain more knowledge and research experience in your field so that you can eventually get a job that you want. It definitely takes a lot of time and commitment, but it can be very rewarding. If you're not sure if an advanced degree is for you, why don't you try working in your field for a few years and then decide whether or not to pursue a doctorate later on?
I'm writing too slow. I have to write faster.
Does technology make life easier? Why or why not? Does technology make life easier? Why or why not?
On the one hand, technology is obviously make our life easier. For example, we can use our gadgets like phones and laptops to connect with some people all over the world and sell our services to them and so on. On the other hand, all this technological world has many distractions for us, and we can waste our time while navigating through internet through lots of sites which are quite useless for us and where we can just waste our time and sometimes even money, but actually we have nothing as payout. So we have to use the newest technologies wisely and discover their best sides and try to avoid the potential harm. This picture depicts four young, probably students who get together in some cafe, or maybe to celebrate something or just have delicious lunch. And I guess they are reading carefully a menu and deciding what to choose for their meal. Probably some pizza or sushi, which can be true because it seems like they are from Asia and sushi must be popular there. It seems like this is a warm time, a warm weather outside because they're wearing some t-shirts. As for me, I like such a weather too, when I can just sit somewhere outside and choose something to eat in the local menu. The first thing I can think about when I'm thinking about my hobby or activity that I enjoy doing is learning English, not surprisingly. I've been doing it extensively for about 1.5 years because I realized that I have some kind of passion about it. Actually, I do it mostly on my own, and I use some helpers like ChatGPT and so on. Is it important for me because it can be not only hobby, but also a source of income if I will pass some exams and prove my high level of English, I will be able to share my experience with my own students and teach them too. So this is why I like this activity.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about furniture. Talk about some common pieces of furniture you would find in a living room and what purposes they serve.
In the living room, we can usually find such pieces of furniture like a sofa to sit and some wardrobe to put our clothes and some TV, some maybe chairs and a desk for journals and for coffee and so on. Something is wrong with the next question, I see. It's not going to load, right? It's interesting. What I have to do?
Interesting. I've got a different question. How would you organize furniture in a small room to make it comfortable?
In a small room, it's important to place your furniture in the best possible way, and you have to check possible variants online or even ask ChatGPT how to place all your items in the most convenient way to make a living there in the most comfortable manner.
I see. I have another question. Discuss some ideas for giving old furniture a new purpose and function.
We can decorate the old furniture with some new paintings, or we can use some new cloth or leather to give our old pieces of furniture the new life, and it will serve us even longer.
I see. Let me ask you another question. How can furniture choices show a person's lifestyle or personality?
I guess that furniture can reflect our personality in some way, but basically, people tend to just choose something that would be convenient for them and affordable and suit their overall design concept in their house or apartment.
Thanks for discussing furniture with me. Now I'd like to change topics and ask you a few questions about sending and receiving postcards. Why do some people send postcards?
The possible reason why people may send postcards to someone is that they want to celebrate something, to congratulate someone with something like achievement or birthday or something else. But it's quite unusual nowadays, I guess.
Interesting. Let me ask you another question. Where can people buy postcards?
I actually couldn't catch what do you mean with where can people buy postcards? So I can just guess what I have to talk about, but not really sure actually about meaning of this question. So let's answer to another one.
I see. I've got a different question. Should schools teach students how to write and send postcards? Why or why not?
My main point that sending postcards is quite obsolete nowadays, so I don't think it's necessary to teach students to send postcards because we usually use messengers and can use our phones to call someone or just use some virtual digital pictures to send instead of paper postcards.
Thanks. I have another question. Do you think creating digital postcards could replace traditional ones? Why or why not?
Yeah, for sure, you are right. As I mentioned earlier, nowadays we mostly use exactly digital postcards instead of paper ones. Because our society tend to digitalize from year to year more and more. The same with reading newspapers and magazine. We already use mostly digital versions of them. The conversation is complete. Such a great result. I'm already tired of it. Oh, come on.
Thanks for talking about sending and receiving postcards with me. Have a nice day.
Goodbye. Have a good night. What else? 5 minutes to write. Mhm. Mhm. As I remember, I've never have eaten some extremely unusual food in my life. For example, some people have been tried some insects, grasshoppers, snakes, and some things like that. But as for me, I think that I wouldn't like to experiment with so unusual food. Actually, all I can remember maybe some exotic fruits from Asian countries like Thailand, some kind of a dragon fruit or something. As I remember, my cousin bring such fruits from her vacation somewhere in Thailand, and I tried them. For sure, these fruits were kind of extraordinary because in Ukraine we usually have some apples, pears, but not some kind of maracuya, dragon fruit, and so on. And actually, yeah, I liked it because it was unusual. But I can't to buy similar fruits on a daily basis because at least even I will find them in a local supermarket, I barely could afford them because they might be too expensive because of long logistic path, first of all. So I prefer just eat local foods. However, I'd like to try some unusual dishes in the future. For example, while traveling to other countries, yeah. Oh, I hope this is the end of this exam. Um, well, actually, what I don't like, it's this digit from 115 to 135, because 130 it's already a C1 level, but 115 is an upper intermediate level. Okay, let's finish it. Stop sharing my screen and stop